Welcome to Finance with Avrin. In this video, I want to give you a detailed review and overview of the PayPal savings account. I want to go over some of the features, the requirements and eligibility to have this account, how you can deposit checks, about the debit card, deposits and withdrawals, limits and fees, and also the history of PayPal and the bank that they're working with for this savings account. So let's go over some of the main features of this savings account. One of the main things that stands out with this savings account is that it is a high yield savings account, meaning it has a higher APY and interest rate than typical savings accounts. As you see right here, currently the APY annual percentage yield on this savings account is 4.30%. Now that is a variable rate, so it is subject to change at any moment. It can go up or down without notice, basically. I mean, you probably receive an email, like typically, financial institutions and banks, they may send an email saying, hey, your account, interest rate, APY went up, or usually when it goes down, they may not be too excited to notify you, of course, but lately the trajectory that high yield savings accounts have been on is that they've been steadily raising. And I do videos every other month on the top 10 savings accounts ranked by APY. I'll leave a link down in the description, but if you just go back in the history of those videos, you'll see then the next month and the month after that, the APYs have been going up. Like the one that's number 1 on the list is higher than the last month. The one that's number 10 is higher than the last month, and so on. So yeah, with this savings account, the APY is currently 4.30%, but it is variable, so it is subject to change at any moment, meaning, a week after this video is uploaded, a month, or who knows, the APY could be higher than what it is right now. It could be lower. So it's not a fixed rate APY. It's not, when you sign up for this account, that doesn't mean you're going to get this 4.30% for a month or 2 months or anything like that. You're going to get whatever rate they have on it, on your money in this savings account. And with the APY and interest on this account, which is one of the main features on the account, the initial APY and interest rate for your account will be provided to you when you open your account in the PayPal mobile application, in the mobile app or on the PayPal website. So you can open this account within the app. You have the PayPal app, or you can open it up on the website through PayPal. And once you open it up, you will see your APY and that interest rate. Like I say, currently the APY is 4.30%. So if you sign up, right now, when I'm recording this video on August 9th, but so that you will see your APY when you open the account, and you'll have it up right there, and you'll know. It's no surprise or anything like that. You'll know. And with the computation of the interest is calculated using the daily balance method. This method applies a daily periodic rate to the principal in the account each day, and the interest is going to be compounded on a daily basis and credited to your account on the last calendar day of the month. So they're going to have the daily interest compounded, which is great right there. It's not that big of a difference. Sometimes when you see, interest compounded daily or monthly, there is a difference for sure. Compounding daily is going to be better than monthly. You're going to get more interest that way, and you notice it more with a larger amount in your account. If you have a low amount in your account with the interest compounded daily or monthly, it's not that big of a difference, but still, I prefer daily. If you had an option right here with this account, would you rather have your interest compounded daily or monthly? Definitely daily. So yeah, you're going to earn more right there with the interest compounded daily, and then it's going to be paid to your account at the last calendar day of the month. So you will see the interest go onto your account, and with that amount, you're going to earn interest on that the next month. And that's how savings accounts grow and how they build, because you're earning interest on the, the principal, whatever you're transferring to the account, depositing into the account. And then you're also going to earn interest on top of the interest that's already been added to your account. So after a month of having this account and you have the interest added to there, then you're going to have interest added compounded, on that interest and on that principal that you have. So for example, using this calculator right here, let's say you had $25,000 in this PayPal savings account earning 4.30% compounded daily. And we'll just state that you're not contributing anything to this monthly, which I'm not saying you should do. It's not financial advice. I just want to show you an example of how interest will gain upon interest. So after 1 year right there, that $25,000 is going to be $26,075. So that's total interest earned of $1,075 in interest. That's just 1 year. So let's say it's going to be 2 years. So after 2 years, that $25,000 is going to be $27,196.22. So that total interest earned for 2 years is going to be $2,196.22. So you did see right there how that increased more than that 1 year times 2, because the 1 year interest is $1,075. So, times 2, that's going to be $2,150. However, you're earning interest on top of that interest. So you're not just earning interest on that $25,000 for that second year, you're earning it on top of that plus the interest from that first year. So that's going to be, instead of $2,150 of interest of, 2 years at 4.30%, the total interest is going to be $2,196.22. And so that goes upon, you'll see that monthly, you'll earn more interest each month. And then throughout the years, it'd be more interest each year right there. But that's just stating at the 4.30% APY. It's pretty rare for a savings account to stay at that same APY for years and years, because it goes along with the economy, what's going on with the federal funds rate and things like that. But I just want to show you an example of how that interest will be earning on top of that interest. And with the interest accrual, the interest begins to accrue on the day they receive the funds transferred to your account, and transfers to your account from your PayPal balance before 5 p.m. Eastern time, that's the cutoff time, will be received and begin to accrue interest on that same day. Transfers to your account from your PayPal balance account after the cutoff time will be received and begin to accrue interest on the next day, notwithstanding that you may see the funds reflected in your account on the day of the transfer. Interest will not accrue on the day of withdrawal for any funds withdrawn from your account before the cutoff time. So they're just stating, depending on when you get the funds in your savings account depends on when the interest accrues. Now, you may see it in your account after that 5 p.m., but it's not going to start accruing interest on that day right there. It's going to be the next day. So just something to notate. Like I say, it's only a day off, not something you'll really notice too much, a day here and there. This is large amounts of money. Then, maybe a little, oh, I need to get this in the account before, 5 p.m. So the interest starts as soon as possible, something like that. And also, if you close your account before interest is credited, you will receive any unposted interest accrued as of the last calendar day prior to account closure. Now, also very important, PayPal is not a bank. PayPal is a financial technology company. You see, they notate it here right there, because even though they have this account called PayPal Savings, it's not necessarily like a savings account, because PayPal is not a bank. Sometimes these financial tech companies, the fintech companies, short for financial technology, sometimes they'll call these accounts, cash accounts or, money accounts or things like that. But PayPal just calls theirs PayPal Savings. But they do notate on the app and on the website that they are not a bank. Now, the banking services for this savings account is provided by Synchrony Bank, and they are a member FDIC, so that Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. They are a member of that. So your money in this savings account with PayPal is protected up to $250,000. If something were to go, wrong, catastrophic with PayPal, they go out of business, bankrupt, anything like that, your money in this account up to $250,000 would be covered through the FDIC insurance through Synchrony Bank. So even though your login and all that, how you sign in, how you handle your money and everything like that is going to be through PayPal, the actual, deposits in your account and the insurance on them is going to be provided through Synchrony Bank. That's how the transactions, like on the back end, you won't see it really pop up, when you're doing things. It's just on the back end, the insurance coverage, some of the ways your money is being transferred and things like that is going to be through Synchrony Bank. But all your login information and everything, how you handle your money is going to be through PayPal. And we'll get into some of the requirements to have this account. But one of the main requirements for this account is that you have to have a PayPal account. So a lot of people already have a PayPal account. So that's pretty much the main requirement right there. But we'll go over the actual requirements and eligibility, because there's other requirements to even have a PayPal account. So we'll go into more detail of that later. And some of the other main features of this PayPal savings account is that there are no minimums and no fees overall. Now, there's some little fees here and there, some other things, and I'll get into those because, associated with the debit card, things like that. We'll go into that. But overall, mainly there are no monthly maintenance fees, no minimum account balance fees, and anything like that overall. You open this account, there's no fee to open it. There's no certain amount that you have to keep in the account to not have a fee. There's no monthly maintenance fee. If you don't use the account for a month or two, there's no fee associated with that, like a dormancy fee or something like that. However, they do have something where they could close your account if there's no activity. So basically, they state right here in the disclosure, I want to go over here and show you this before you go back into the features, because it's not necessarily a feature, but it's just something to notate, because I stated, there's no fee for inactivity, which is one of the main things about this account, and no maintenance fee. But however, they state that they may close, restrict, or suspend any account at any time without notice or your consent for any reason, and our sole discretion, their sole discretion of PayPal, the Synchrony Bank, unless prohibited by applicable law, including without limitation in the following circumstances. So they're stating they could close your account or suspend it due to these following circumstances. That is, if your account reaches a zero balance and remains at zero for 60 days, you provide incorrect or misleading information when opening the account, you are maintaining an overdrawn account, you fail to continue to meet any requirement to be eligible to have an account with us. For example, you close your PayPal balance account or no longer have a valid physical United States address, or they suspect that you are conducting suspicious, illegal, or fraudulent activity. And so, yeah, I just wanted to notate that because I did state there's no, inactivity fee or anything like that. But if you do have, a dormant account with a zero balance for, they say at least 60 days right here, they could close it. It's not necessarily stating that they will close it. It's just something to keep in mind. Let's jump back over to the features. I know it's a little bland, a little boring, but let's get back into the bold features, the big upfront features, So yeah, and they state that this is an easy to manage savings account, that you could use the app that they have, the PayPal app, for 24/7 access to money, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, access to your money to transfer, to set up your goals, set up savings, different tools and features they have. We'll go into that. So yeah, you can access this. This is an online type of account. This isn't something you have to go to a local physical branch or something like that to handle your money, anything like that. It is going to be within that same app, that same PayPal app has the savings account features in it. So it's just one app right there. So you don't have to switch over to another app. You open up the PayPal app, you can handle your PayPal balance, handle your crypto if you have crypto with PayPal, and handle your savings account with PayPal right there in the app. And they have savings goals. So they state right here, you can set a savings goal and reach it fast. You can set short or long-term financial goals, from road trips to rainy day funds, easily track them, and move money from one goal to another if priorities change. So that is a really neat feature right there. You kind of see it right here. We can set up certain goals, like, whether it be a vacation, a new car, a special occasion, or something like that. Even if you have your certain amount of bills you have a month, but you want to earn that interest on it. So that's why, you see bills, you're like, well, I usually do that from a checking account. But like, if you want to earn interest on that money until you have to pay the bills, you can keep the money in your savings account, and so you can set up the goals, and pretty much you see how the ring is getting more closed. When you get closer to that goal, you'll see your balance on that goal, and then you'll also have it where you will, be able to move money between those goals if all of a sudden something becomes more important and things like that. So they do have this savings feature that can help you, kind of see your progress of going towards something. It kind of gives you that, that dopamine, that kind of, push, that energy of that motivation to get those savings goals. And whether it just be like a bland savings goal, like a 1-year savings, or like an emergency fund, if you want to have an emergency fund within your savings account, something like that. Some people just use their savings account as an emergency fund, but if you want to have like a savings account and then have a certain, emergency fund on the side, like, a car emergency fund or house emergency fund or something like that. But the thing with these, different goals and different amounts that you have, set towards this money is also earning interest. So just because you have it in this little kind of separate bucket, a separate folder or pocket, so to speak, within the app, it's still earning that APY, which is currently at 4.30%. You're just kind of organizing it with these savings goals, with these features right here. And also with the savings goals, in the fine print disclosure, it states about how the interest is going to be pertaining to those. Let me tell you about this. So it states, of course, that you may allocate the principal balance of your account for specific purposes, goals that you create. You cannot enroll in goals without having an account, of course. And once you have established a goal, you can designate money sent from your PayPal balance be directly applied to a specific goal. All balances not allocated to a goal will be shown on your account dashboard in the general savings balance. You can also reallocate money between goals and between goals in your general balance. All interest earned on your account will be credited to your general balance. If you have established one or more goals, when you withdraw funds from your account to your PayPal balance, you can designate whether the funds should be deducted from any goal. Any goals you create are for illustrative purposes only, and your account is a single deposit account regardless of whether you create any goals. If we receive legal process related to your account, it will apply to all funds in your account regardless of whether they have been allocated to any goal. So it's just stating, like I was telling you, those savings goals, it's for illustrative purposes, basically, like to help motivate you, help keep you organized with your savings goals, basically. A neat little feature, to have within the app and on the website and things that you can see. However, that's all a part of your balance, all a part of your savings account. It may see different amounts here and there for this, special occasion or this, item or whatever like that, but it's still going to be all within your account, basically. So, as far as like, transfer of money, if you want to transfer, if you want it to come from that or whether or not, or, the interest calculated and all that, it's all going back to your original savings account right there. The money you transfer, from a bank, from your PayPal balance to the savings account. But it's just, you could break it down within goals and things like that. So just because you have it like that doesn't mean that's separate money or anything like that, in a separate account or something like that. So just letting you know about that in the fine print. And as I was talking about earning interest on your money, they state that, you could easily transfer money from your bank account or your PayPal balance to this savings account right there and to earn interest on it. So, if you have a checking account, a savings account somewhere else, and you want to, put some money in this savings account right here to earn that APY currently at 4.30%. You can easily transfer money to it, transfer it to your PayPal balance and transfer it to your savings account just like that. And you can also set up autosave to make it easier. You can set up right here, as you see right here, every, certain day or something like that, weekly or something like that. You can add money to this account right there. Very kind of hands off, but ways that you can do it and just kind of like be an easy way. So you don't have to think about like, oh, I need to add this money here. Just set it up and just have it going automatically. Some people need that because it's kind of hands off and it's not like, oh, did I add anything to my savings? It's been a while, because that can easily happen where you're like, you kind of notice your savings account just going up a little bit by the interest and everything. But, you had it set up right here with it reoccurring, and it makes saving easier and it makes it more seamless and everything. So they have that feature as well with the autosave. Now let's get into the fine print of eligibility and, any requirements or things you must have to be eligible for this account. Now, I already stated pretty much one of the main ones basically, and that's number one right here on this list, is that you must have a PayPal account and a PayPal balance to have the PayPal savings account. Not a PayPal business account or something else like that, a regular PayPal consumer account, personal account. And with that also it states that you must be a person of the United States for federal tax purposes and be at least 18 years old. And also it states right here, number 3, you must have a valid social security number and have a valid United States phone number and physical address other than a post office box or similar mail delivery address in one of 50 states. So you must have a physical address in one of 50 states, Washington, D.C., or any of the inhabited U.S. territories, or an APO, DPO, or FPO address in order to open the account. So you have to have one of those right there to open the account. And it also states that you must agree to receive electronic delivery of all communications that they are required or decide to send you for your account. Whether it be agreements and financial statements, different things like that, you must agree to receive those electronically. And it also states that they will use the same email that you used for your PayPal account, and you must keep a valid email address on file with PayPal right there. So whatever email address you have associated with your PayPal regular consumer personal account is going to be the one that's associated with your PayPal savings account. And also when you open the account, it's pretty much standard like any kind of financial institution or bank account. There's certain items of information that they're going to want from you. And that includes your name, address, date of birth, social security number, and any other information that will allow them to identify you, basically, like such as your driver's license or any kind of identifying documents. And they state that any information you provide in connection with your application for an account is being provided jointly to them in connection with your account and to PayPal in connection with your PayPal account. And they state by applying for an account, you give Synchrony Bank your consent to obtain a consumer report, check references with other financial institutions, and use any commercially available database to verify your identity. And when they state consumer report, that's just like basically checking to make sure you are who you say you are, and things like that. It's not necessarily saying they're going to pull your credit or run a credit report or anything like that. Typically, when you're opening up a checking account or savings account or something like that, you're not applying for credit, so you're not getting your credit report pulled, so it's not going to affect your credit score or anything like that. You're not applying for a loan or a credit card or something like that. And also in regards to tax requirements, they state that they will comply with all information reporting requirements, forms 1099, including reporting to the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, all interest earned on your account. You may not open an account if you are subject to backup withholding. If federal income tax law requires us to withhold tax, commonly referred to as backup withholding, from interest paid to your account will be closed and the funds will be transferred to your PayPal balance. So just some of the things, typically it doesn't affect a lot of people, but if it's something that affects you, something to be noted about right there with the requirements and things. All right, now let's get to checks, the check section, basically, because a lot of times, sometimes people get physical checks and, can you deposit checks to this account? How can you handle checks with this account? Things like that, physical checks. So you can deposit physical checks in this account with the mobile check deposit. So it's pretty seamless, pretty easy. You've probably used this feature in other banks and other financial institutions with your smartphone, with the camera, just taking a picture of the check, basically. With it being an online account and having the mobile app and everything like that, it's available 24/7. So you can use this feature at any time, whenever you get the check, later that day, later that night, whatever. You don't have to wait for a certain time to take a picture of it and start the deposit process. And it states it's a year-round availability, so enjoy the simplicity and convenience every day of the year. from paper to digital. Just snap a photo with your phone and follow a few simple steps. And then they also state that it's quick check cashing. You can access your cash now for a $5 minimum fee or in 10 days for free. So you have options as far as how quick you want to have that access to that cash, basically, whether you wanted to just let it go, a certain amount of days and get it free, or have that get it right then and there, pretty much as soon as you deposit the check with the photo and everything, for that $5 minimum fee. And then the fee associated with it, there is no fee when you get your check cashed in 10 days. If you want the expedited check cashing, the fee is 1% for payroll and government checks with a pre-printed signature and with a minimum of $5. Or so either it's going to be, 1% of whatever it is, or the minimum of $5. So if it's going to be at least $5, basically, as the fee is going to be. It's going to be $5 or more, basically, with that. And then for all other types of accepted checks, it's going to be 5%, including hand-signed payroll and government checks with a minimum fee of $5. So once again, the fee is going to be regardless. If you want that expedited check cashing, it's going to be $5 at least, or 5% of the amount of the check. All right, and this is pretty much simple and easy right here. The steps to cash your check online. In the PayPal app, you go to a cash a check in the wallet, snap a photo of both sides of your signed check, and then select next, and then you choose when you want to receive your money, in a few minutes with a fee, or in 10 days for free. Right? And another feature that could connect your PayPal account with your PayPal savings account and make it seamless, easy, and convenient is the PayPal debit card. Now with the PayPal debit card, it lets you spend your PayPal balance anywhere MasterCard is accepted, and you could get cash back with PayPal rewards on eligible purchases. And of course, like with the PayPal savings and the check feature, a PayPal balance account is required to get this card, which a PayPal balance account is required for the PayPal savings. So, you'll have that. So yeah, with the debit card, you can get cash back. You can earn PayPal rewards on eligible everyday purchases and redeem them for cash back and other options. You could tap this card, insert, swipe, regular, how you use a card right there. It is a MasterCard basically. So anywhere that's accepted, MasterCard is accepted, this card will be accepted, which is, I haven't seen a place like, if it's Visa and MasterCard, are the two main ones, and then, Discover and American Express, which I see those everywhere as well. So yeah, anywhere MasterCard is accepted, this card will be basically accepted. And also with withdrawing cash, and this is going to be in the withdrawing cash section as well, but it's in the debit card section because it applies to both. So yeah, you can withdraw cash worldwide, and you can do it with no fees at over 37,000 MoneyPass ATM. So if you see a MoneyPass ATM, you can withdraw cash with this card for free, no fees. And also with this card, there's no monthly fee associated with it either, and no credit check as well. And like I was stating with the PayPal savings account, you're not going to be, it's a consumer report and things like that. With this card right here, this is a debit card. It's not a credit card. So they're not going to be checking your credit when you, want to have this debit card, basically. So it won't affect your credit score or anything like that when you get this debit card. And of course, they have perks, different things where you'll get extra cash back on certain items at certain locations and things like that. Like you see right there, 2% at Target right there, 24 hours left. So they have, different things like that. I won't call them quests or something like that, but some people may look at it like that. Oh, it's like, I need to go spend money at this place within the next day, so I can get this, extra cash back or something. So, but they do have things like that, which is convenient if you're already planning on shopping or purchasing something somewhere. It's like, oh, well, I might as well go on this day because I'll get extra cash back, So yeah, that will happen right there. And with the cash back and things like that and the redemption of points, you can redeem points for cash. And they state that they'll drop it in your PayPal balance, or you can opt for shopping credits and more. So with that cash back, and how this is going to be kind of linked to your PayPal savings account, is that, you can redeem those points for cash. They're going to go into your PayPal balance, but then you can transfer that cash, that money from your PayPal balance to your PayPal savings and start earning interest, the APY on that money. So, when you have that PayPal savings, instead of just letting, money sit in your PayPal balance, not earning anything, just easily move that money over to your PayPal savings pretty much instantly, and you'll start earning, interest on that. So that is how you can link pretty much this debit card with your savings. Even though this debit card is more closely linked with your overall, your main PayPal balance account, you can link it with your savings in that way right there. And vice versa, if you don't have money like on your PayPal balance, but you want to spend something on this card, but you have money in your PayPal savings, you can move money from your PayPal savings account to your PayPal balance, pay with the card, boom, just like that, so yeah, works both ways right there with this. And like I stated, with this PayPal debit card, there's no monthly fees, and there's also no minimum balance fees. So like with the account itself, with the savings account, no fees associated with it monthly for maintenance, and no minimum balance fees. And with this debit card right here, there's no US transaction fees or withdrawals at the MoneyPass ATMs. There's a 2.5% foreign transaction fee, for international purchases and like things like that. And then also if you use a out of network ATM, a non-MoneyPass ATM, there's going to be a $2.50 fee for each withdrawal like that. And there could be additional fees depending on the ATM. So that's something to watch out for right there. With this debit card right here, like I stated, it has protection with MasterCard, with the MasterCard zero liability and built-in chip technology. And you can temporarily lock your card if you misplace it and unlock it when it's found. And here's some more information with that MasterCard zero liability protection. They state you can have peace of mind knowing that the financial institution that issued your MasterCard won't hold you responsible for unauthorized transactions. As a MasterCard cardholder, zero liability applies to your purchases made in the store, over the phone, online, or via a mobile device in ATM transactions. As a cardholder, you will not be held responsible for unauthorized transactions if you have used reasonable care in protecting your card from loss or theft, and you promptly reported loss or theft to your financial institution. If you believe there has been unauthorized use of your account and you meet the conditions above, rest easy knowing you have the protection of MasterCard's zero liability promise. For additional protections with respect to unauthorized transactions, please contact your bank or credit union. And they state that zero liability does not apply to the following MasterCard payment cards, commercial cards, unregistered prepaid cards, such as gift cards, but it does apply to this PayPal debit card right there. And as you see right here, some of the features you can do within the app with the debit card, you can lock the card, unlock the card. So, if you lose it, lock it, you find it, oh, it was, in my car or somewhere, where it wasn't stolen, you can unlock it. Now, if you do lose it and, can't find it, then you can report it and get another card with a different number and things like that. But you can definitely, lock it when you lose it, just in case you do find it. And within the app, you can change the PIN. You can add cash at a store, which we're going to get more into that as far as the deposits and section of the video. And also you can add the card to, Google Pay. You can add it to your, mobile wallet, the Apple Pay wallet, things like that. You can add it there, and you can find an ATM, for withdrawals right there. So you can do that within the app right there. And speaking of debits and withdrawals, let's get more into how you can deposit cash, withdraw cash, deposit money into this account, to your savings account, to your PayPal balance, all of that right there. Let's get into it. So add cash to PayPal, digitize your cash. And so you can add cash to your PayPal balance with the PayPal debit card or in the load cash to PayPal at over 90,000 locations nationwide. And so let's go over this process right here. It's very simple and seamless, convenient, how to add cash with the PayPal app. So within the app right there, you're going to go to the wallet section, select add cash while you're at the store, depending on what store you're at right there, you're going to choose the store. For example, right here at Walmart, you're going to choose that store and the barcode is going to show up on your phone. So you'll show that at checkout right there, select you want to add cash to an account and tell the cashier that you want to add cash to an account. You'll show them this barcode right there, scan that, and then, give the money over and everything, how much you want to deposit. And then boom, pretty much instantaneously right there, the money will be added to your balance, and they state usually within minutes. So very quick process right there. And you can also add money with the PayPal debit card. And they state that you provide the cash you want to load at the register and swipe your card. The money appears in your PayPal balance usually within minutes. Then you can use the money in your balance to shop anywhere MasterCard is accepted. But this is about the savings account video. So what you're going to do is, you're going to deposit that cash, with the debit card, and then you're going to transfer that money from that PayPal balance to your PayPal savings and start earning interest on that. So yeah, and this is right here, like I stated, over 90,000 locations nationwide where you can add cash. That's a lot of locations. And you see these companies right here, major companies. You got Rite Aid, CVS Pharmacy. They're all over the place. The largest retail pharmacy in the United States. And then you have GameStop, 7-Eleven, Walmart, Dollar General, Office Depot, and Family Dollar. There is a very likely chance, especially if you're in a major city, you're probably surrounded by some of these. But yeah, if you're in a city in general, you've seen one of these or some of these somewhere. I mean, maybe not. I'm not going to speak for everybody. I never want to speak for everybody or anybody like that. But these are major corporations where I don't think a lot of people are not going to have a problem finding somewhere where they can go and deposit cash to their PayPal account. You don't need a bank account to use PayPal. So you might be thinking like, oh, I'm depositing cash with PayPal, but they're going to ask for a routing number or account number or something like that for a bank. No, you just could add it right to your PayPal account. And then, like I stated, with the PayPal savings, you could transfer it to your PayPal savings from your PayPal balance. And also with the cash limit, they state you could typically add any cash amount from $20 to $500 per barcode. And they state you can use up to 3 barcodes or add up to $500 per day. The PayPal cash limit is $500 per day and a total of $4,000 per month. So there is a limit on how much cash you can deposit with this process. And as far as adding cash, where you can add cash, we've already gone to some of that, some of the major retailers where you can add cash right there. And how quick is it available? In minutes. Money is typically added to your PayPal balance in minutes. And also direct deposit. You can direct deposit money into your PayPal account right there. You can get paychecks or government payments automatically sent to your PayPal balance, and they have early direct deposit. So they stay up to 2 days early right there. So if you typically get paid on a Friday with your direct deposit, your other bank or wherever, however you got it set up, you can select direct deposit with PayPal and get paid up to 2 days early. So instead of getting paid on that Friday, you will get paid on the Wednesday. And of course, a PayPal balance is required to use the direct deposit. But like I state, with this purposes of this video being a PayPal savings, you could get that, your check or whatever, deposit it to your PayPal balance, get it early, 2 days early up to, and then you could transfer that money to your savings account. Or if you have automatic transfers set up, then, that's going to be part of the process right there as well. And how to set up direct deposit right here, you will identify your employer, find your employer, government agency, or payroll provider, verify your identity, follow the steps right there, and then confirm your amount. You could deposit your entire check or enter the amount of money you want to go to your PayPal balance. So you don't have to deposit your whole check. You can do part of it, percentage of it, an amount of it, however like that. And then it states you're all set. Once processed, your direct deposit will begin within 2 pay cycles, and they'll notify you each time money comes in. And with withdrawals in the fine print and pretty much notated in different areas of the website, the process is that you may only make withdrawals from your account by transferring funds to your PayPal balance via the PayPal mobile application or the PayPal website. You authorize us, speaking of PayPal, Synchrony Bank, you authorize them to debit your account with respect to transfers to your PayPal balance account. And they state that they may refuse your request to make a withdrawal from your account under certain circumstances, including without limitation, where we receive a court order or other legal document prohibiting withdrawal, or applicable law prohibits withdrawal. You owe us money. There's, a negative account balance or something like that. A problem occurs with the bank's equipment, the ATM or something like that, or such action is otherwise required by applicable law. And they state with overdrafts, you are not allowed to overdraw your account and agree not to attempt to make any withdrawal that will result in an overdraft. If we determine that your account has insufficient available funds to pay a transfer, we are not required to honor the transfer and will return or decline the transfer. So just some things to notate right there with withdrawals and overdrafts. And they state that you may only make deposits to your account by transferring funds from your PayPal balance via the mobile app, the PayPal mobile app, or PayPal website. If you do not have sufficient funds in your PayPal balance to fund a deposit to your account, you will need to first fund your PayPal balance from another source linked to your PayPal balance account. And they state we or our service providers may allow you to give a single instruction to authorize a one-time transfer or recurring transfers directing that funds be transferred from an external linked deposit account directly or via debit card to your PayPal balance and then transferred to your account, the savings account. If your PayPal balance is negative, PayPal will use the funds transferred to your PayPal balance to first pay down the negative balance, and any remaining funds will be transferred to your savings account, to that account. And deposits to your account balance before the cutoff time will be credited on the same day they are transferred from your PayPal balance account, and deposits to your account after the cutoff time will be treated as received and credited as the next day, notwithstanding that you may see funds reflected in your account on the day of transfer. You authorize us to credit your account with respect to transfers from your PayPal balance. So overall, just stating how the deposits are going to work and stating like if you have a negative balance on your PayPal balance and you get money transferred over to there to go to your savings account, and state first they're going to make sure your PayPal balance isn't negative, and then the remaining amount that's left over, if there's any, will then go to your savings account. So you can't just like bypass that, negative balance in your PayPal account. If you got an external linked account, basically transferring money within, another bank or financial institution to your PayPal to go to your PayPal savings, well, first you got to make sure your PayPal balance is fine, and then you can get money transferred to your PayPal savings. It's not stating you have to have a certain amount of money in your PayPal balance or anything. It just does not need to be negative, because first it's going to get up to that zero, balance amount, then transfer the rest. So you need to have that, at least, zero, not negative, for your money to go to your savings account, your PayPal savings account. And now let's go over to some of the limits and fees. Some of these we've already gone over too, but just in case for people that are kind of like, clicking on the certain chapters of the video that just want to hear about that certain information. And now first off, we'll talk about the cash transfer limit. So if you are, depositing cash at a store, like I was in that section talking about how you can deposit cash at a store with the barcode or with the debit card right there. There is limitations on how much cash you can deposit to your PayPal account. Then of course you could transfer from your PayPal account to the PayPal savings, but there is limits on that. They state that you can typically add any cash amount from $20 to $500 per barcode. So each time you scan that certain barcode at that certain store, whether it be Walmart or 7-Eleven or CVS Pharmacy or somewhere like that, and they state you can use up to 3 barcodes or add up to $500 per day, United States dollars. And they state that the PayPal cash limit is $500 per day and a total of $4,000 per month. So that is the limitation on how much cash you can deposit at these stores right there with that feature. $500 per day and a total of $4,000 per month. And also there is a limitation on your total balance. There is a maximum total balance limitation right here. The total balance of your savings account is subject to a maximum total balance limit of $250,000. And they state that we reserve the right to return any funds to you that are in excess of $250,000 total balance limit by transferring the funds to your PayPal balance, and 2, reject and return any deposit that would cause the total balance of your account to exceed $250,000. So there is a maximum amount allowed on your PayPal savings account at $250,000, which is probably there in place for the FDIC insurance, because that covers the $250,000. So they're stating they can reject the funds, make them go back to where they came from, or basically transfer it to your PayPal balance account, because that's going to be separate from your PayPal savings account, because that money in your PayPal savings account is going to be FDIC insured, protected. But the money in your PayPal balance account, that's different. That's not part of the PayPal savings that's linked with the Synchrony Bank, for the FDIC insurance and things like that. So there is a maximum total balance of your savings account with PayPal limited to $250,000. And with the electronic funds transfers, there are no limits on the amount you may transfer or the number of transfers you may make between your account with us and your PayPal balance, subject to the balance cap restrictions described above, as far as like that limitation at $250,000 right there. And they state there are no fees for transfers between your account and the PayPal balance. So from your PayPal savings to your PayPal balance with your regular PayPal account, there's no fees associated with that and no limitations on how many times you may transfer between to and from those accounts. They state, of course, you may only make transfers to or from your account using the PayPal mobile app or the PayPal website to make, transfers between your account with the PayPal savings and the PayPal balance. And we've gone over the ways to, make transfers to your account right there. Now let's get into some of the fees and limitations associated with the PayPal debit card. I've already gone over kind of some of the main ones right there. As far as with the debit card, there's no monthly maintenance fee, no minimum balance fees, anything like that. 0 for the US transaction fees, 0 for withdrawals at a MoneyPass ATM. So those are the in-network ATMs right there, over 30,000 of those MoneyPass ATMs. No fee associated with withdrawing cash with using your debit card at these ATMs. There's a 2.5% foreign transaction fee, and then withdrawals made at a non-MoneyPass ATM, so an out-of-network ATM, there's a withdrawal fee of $2.50. So we'll get more into this right here, the fine print. And they state that ATMs must display the MasterCard, Cirrus, Pulse, or MoneyPass acceptance mark. Up to $400 daily withdrawal limit applies. So that's the most amount of cash you can withdraw with this debit card right here, is up to $400 daily. And with this fine print right here, when you see that 5, you see the kind of numbers above sections, that's saying that, there's more to it in the fine print. So let's go to that number 5 fine print right there, as you see where it's stated, or app to add cash at retailers with 90,000 locations right here. So with that on the fine print, it states that up to $4.95 fee right there, a $4.95 cash reload fee applies. This service fee is to add cash into your PayPal balance account. So there is a fee associated with adding cash via the app at one of those retailers. Over there are 90,000 retailers. They state that up to $4.95 cash reload fee applies. So that's something to notate right there. That could apply right there when you're adding cash at a certain retail location right there. Not saying, certain retail locations, just stating that, in general, basically up to $4.95 cash reload fee applies. With the consumer fees with PayPal, a lot of these fees right here in these little fine print section right there is associated with the PayPal balance account. The PayPal saves account is, I don't want to say it's really simple. I mean, it is really simple in a sense because there's not a ton you could do. I mean, there's a good amount you could do for, you saw the features section, you see what it contains, but a lot of times, when you have the withdrawals and deposit, things like that, that's applying to your PayPal balance. That's just typical PayPal balance in general. And then, like I was stating, to, really take advantage of the PayPal savings with the APY and interest, you typically want to transfer from your PayPal balance to your PayPal savings. You want to open that account, that PayPal savings account, and actually have it there and then transfer money there through your PayPal balance. But there are fees associated with PayPal balance in general. So, and it depends on how you use it. Basically, there's not a lot of fees associated with general. This video is about the PayPal savings, but chances are you probably use PayPal or you're familiar with PayPal, or if you're not, it's not something where a lot of fees are associated with it. PayPal is one of the largest fintech companies, financial technology companies in the world right there. Definitely in the United States, used by a lot of people. They own Venmo. If you haven't used PayPal, you may have used Venmo. There's not a lot of fees associated with that. You don't get as big as this charging people a lot of fees. Now, there are fees here and there, like I stated, if you want things done faster, and we'll go back over that section in case you skip that section or anything, as far as depositing checks and things like that. If you want stuff done faster, yeah, there's going to be fees associated with that. But as far as like PayPal in general, yeah, there's fees associated with cryptocurrency and PayPal. We're not going to go over that. This video is not about the cryptocurrency aspect of PayPal or a stablecoin. They just announced they're going to be doing a PayPal stablecoin, so that's interesting. But yeah, so we want to go over the fees associated with that right there, or the donation fees with a donation button and things like that. If you want more details about that, definitely look at that online. There's probably maybe other videos on YouTube about that right there. And so sending and receiving money right there, your PayPal balance or bank account, no fee for that. With a card, as far as like that, there's gonna be a 2.9% plus fixed fee right there with, sending, personal transactions with cards. American Express send account, no fee. So something different there right there. International personal transactions, PayPal balance or bank account, 5% fee right there. Minimum international fee of 99 cents, maximum international fee of $4.99. With cards, different fees right there. Like I stated, this is all associated with that PayPal balance, things like that right there. So, and then also you got international fees depending on, based on currency, things like that. And withdrawals out of PayPal. So withdrawing from a personal PayPal account, standard when linked with the eligible bank, there's no fee associated with that. So electronic transfer, if you're transferring, like state, for example, this video, you got your savings account, you want to withdraw money from it back into a different, checking account at a different bank or a different savings account at a different bank, you would, transfer the money from your PayPal savings to your PayPal balance, and then you can withdraw from it to that other bank. No fee associated with that unless you want it handled instantaneously. That's going to be a 1.75% amount right there of the transferred amount. So there are minimum and maximum fees applied to that based on the card withdrawal currency. So like I was stating, it's usually associated fees if you want things done faster right there, so instantaneously, or you could wait a few days and let it go through with no fee. And withdrawal limits, instant transfer for bank per transaction, there's a maximum of $25,000. And then withdrawal limits, standard and instant transfers for cards per transactions, $5,000 per day, $5,000 per week as well, per month, $15,000. Minimum and maximum fees for instant transfer is going to be a 25-cent minimum fee and then a $25 maximum fee for instant transfers. All that instant when you want things done just like that. I'm snapping. I'm not trying to snap too loud though, because I don't want to just pop into your ear or however you're listening to this video. So yeah, that's where the fees are associated with that, with the transfers basically. So yeah, I guess there are a lot of, because PayPal is used very much, overseas, internationally for people all across the world. So, there's going to be conversion and currency rates and things like that. So with the PayPal balance, but let's go back over to the fees associated more in tone and with the PayPal savings. So with the check aspect of it, let's jump over to this right here, because with depositing a check, like I went over that in the check section as far as like cashing a check with the photo feature, taking a picture of it right there, there is a fee associated with that depending on how fast you want the check deposited to your PayPal balance account. Okay, so there's no fee when you get your check cashed in 10 days. So within that 10 days, if you just want to let it wait, that certain amount of days. Could be quicker than 10 days, could be 7 days, 5 days, up to 10 days, basically. No fee associated with that. Now, if you want expedited check cashing, there is a fee of 1% for payroll and government checks with pre-printed signature. So if there's a pre-printed signature on that payroll or government check, there's a 1% fee right there with a minimum fee of $5. So it's going to be at least $5 or 1% of that amount right there. Now, if you have a hand-signed payroll or government check right there, there's either going to be that minimum fee of $5 or 5% of that amount. So 5% for all other accepted check types, including the hand-signed payroll and government checks with the $5 fee right there. So that is for the instant check cashing feature right there. No fee associated when you let it just go however many days. You know, if you just want to deposit your check and say, I don't need it right now, I just want the process to start, want to have the money in this balance right there eventually. No fee with that. You're like, oh, okay, I want to deposit this cash and I want this, to show up in the account now. There's going to be a fee associated with that instant process right there. So with the check cashing, can be a fee, cannot be a fee, depending on how quick you want that process to basically show up in your balance right there. And with certain adjustments, you see those stories every now and then of, oh, a certain amount got, deposited into my account, $1 million by mistake of the bank or something like that, or it's my money now, right? No. Okay, let's just go over that fine print right there. They state that they may make adjustments to your account to reflect corrections or changes to your balances, rates, and fees. And they state that as an example right here. For an example, an adjustment may occur if deposits or charges are posted for the wrong amount or posting is delayed. If an error or something else has caused an overstated balance, you agree to reimburse us for the overstated amount. So, if somehow you're depositing $100 or, into your account via check or cash or something, and somehow, an extra zero got put in there and it turned to $1,000 or $10,000 or $100,000, that's not your, you're going to have to basically pay that money back. So don't just go on a random, spending spree like, oh, is it a mistake? If I spend it, it's mine, right? If they didn't, no, you're going to be, required to reimburse them for that. So there's just something to notate there right there. As far as with the savings account in general, there's no fees associated with that as far as like a monthly maintenance fee or a minimum account balance fee or anything like that. No big type of fees is associated with that. No fee to get that 4.30% APY or whatever it's at currently. No fees. This is one of those type of accounts, like typical high yield online savings accounts where there's no minimum balance account amount that you have to earn that APY, and there's no monthly maintenance fee. So it's not a tiered amount on this, like, up to this amount, you get this APY, this amount, you get this APY, anything like that. Your balance in general, up to that $250,000 limitation will get the APY that is currently being applied to the savings account, which is variable. At this moment right now, it's 4.30%. So no fee associated with that to obtain that APY, no limit within that $250,000, no tiered amounts or rates or anything like that. I talked about that earlier in the video, but I just want to state that again in the limits and fees section of the video. So the last part of the video right here, I want to give a history background on PayPal and some on Synchrony Bank, because like I stated, this account right here is associated with Synchrony Bank right here, and PayPal notates that in the fine print in the app and online that PayPal is not a bank, they're a financial technology company, and that the banking services are provided by Synchrony Bank. So Synchrony Bank, and a little info about Synchrony Bank, which they've been featured in the top 10 list of my monthly videos I do every other month or so, in the top 10 savings accounts ranked by APY. So if you've looked at those videos, you may have heard a little bit about them if you're unaware of them. But Synchrony Financials is a consumer financial services company, and the company offers consumer financing products, including credit, financing and loyalty programs, installment lending to industries, and consumer saving products. Synchrony has roots that go back to 1932 when GE Capital Retail Bank was started. In 2014, GE eventually spun off the portion of its GE Capital business dedicated to retail credit cards and indicated that the new company will be called Synchrony Financial, and their headquarters is in Stamford, Connecticut. Right, and let's go over some of the history of PayPal. A lot of you may be familiar with some of the aspects of PayPal, how it was associated with eBay, some of the founders, Peter Thiel, or how Elon Musk was kind of a part of PayPal and different things like that. So let's go over like a timeline. There's two different websites I'm going to bounce around that I like the timeline of, and I'm not just going to use one because I saw things in the other website that it wasn't mentioned in the other one. So I'm going to bounce around a little bit. I like this format of the timeline kind of. So we're going to be using the Street right here, this website that has a timeline of the history of PayPal, and also the FinTech website right here. So just go over this briefly. I'm not going to make this too long. I know this video is getting long. August 1998, Peter Thiel meets Max Levchin after Thiel gives a speech at Stanford University on global market opportunities. Later that year, they come with the idea of digital wallets. So yeah, that's 1998 right there. You see 1998, and it was called Confinity Incorporated. So it wasn't called PayPal when they started. It's Confinity Incorporated, and they state right here it's created by Ken Howery, Luke Nozick, Max Levchin, and Peter Thiel in 1998. And the company aimed to provide secure software for financial transactions on individually owned devices. All right, and so now we'll jump over here. The X.com/Confinity merger, early 2000. This is where Elon Musk comes in right here. So in 2000, Elon Musk initiated a merger between the two parent companies of PayPal, Confinity, and X.com. X, he's got a thing for X, right? Remember, he's renamed Twitter to X right there, and that's a thing is going on right there. So, I'm still not sure. They call it tweets or X's. I don't know if that's been a thing right there, if that's been, confirmed or what that's called or how that's going. But yeah, so yeah, in 2000, Elon Musk initiated a merger between the two parent companies of PayPal, Confinity, and X.com, his own online banking company. After realizing that Confinity's operations were more profitable than X.com's, Musk focused only on Confinity's operations of transferring money. So that was early 2000 right there. So it states right there on that, but it doesn't state on this one. I'm just so I'm not bouncing back and forth too much right there. But this is where they state in 1998, PayPal was founded, although the original name was Confinity. So it wasn't called PayPal yet. And then in October 1999, they state on here that a company engineer produces an email-based payment technology. So that's going back over to 2000, where that transferring money payment technology aspect. So in January 2000 right here, it states that PayPal's founders and managers noticed that end users are out there on the internet asking commercial partners and other buyers to sign up for PayPal to foster quicker payments. Almost immediately, PayPal paves the way for eBay payments on the site, giving PayPal a significant user base boost. So you know how big eBay was in the early, just growing and growing, and how big it is now. Of course, PayPal's not associated with eBay like it is. We'll get to that eventually. It doesn't have that partnership like they had before. So, but that did happen back right there that helped, really boost PayPal up when the association with PayPal. And they state right here that PayPal officially launched in October 2000. It gained skyrocketing success in its early stage of development, mainly due to the referrals and giving small fees of $20, $10, and eventually $5 for signing up. So a lot of referral bonuses and things like that, which you still see a lot of companies do, to help boost up, how many people they have their user base and everything. So the company achieved almost 10% in daily growth during this period of its history. And so in 2002 is when the IPO so in 2002 is when they had the initial public offering on the NASDAQ. So in 2002, PayPal joined the world of publicly traded companies. In the same year, PayPal stock grew 55% on the NASDAQ. It was considered a phenomenal gain for a startup like PayPal. By gaining such a colossal success over a very short time, PayPal was in the center of the world's attention. So PayPal is really growing fast right there. And like they stated, going back right here, March 2000, PayPal clears 1 million user mark right there. So over 1 million users right there. June 2001, the founders ditched the Confinity name and officially changed it to PayPal. So right there on this website, they're stating on June 2001 is when the name change happened. And then like I told you about the NASDAQ right there, 2002 right there. Over here, the initial public offering, IPO. And so in October 2002, later that year, PayPal is sold to eBay for $1.5 million in a highly touted marriage between digital auction and online payment services. And so dates are a little bit different. That's why I'm kind of going back and forth on these websites. I don't want to say, in stone right here, this is where it happened, because they got the dates a little bit. Say October 2002 on this website. And then on here it says July 2002, eBay acquired PayPal for the fine price of $1.5 million. So the price was the same, a little bit different on the day. But yeah, the acquisition spread the word about PayPal, got real big right there, of course. And this jumps up to 2013, so we're going to go back over here for a moment. So yeah, in February 2006, PayPal surpasses 100 million end user accounts. April 2006, PayPal rolls out its new mobile payment platform, PayPal Mobile, allowing customers to pay via PayPal through their smartphone devices. December 2008, PayPal hits 10 years of age and nears 150 million user accounts right there. September 2013, PayPal acquires payment gateway company Braintree Systems, owner of Venmo, an online payment competitor, for $800 million. And we'll go back over here so you'll see that right here. In 2013, PayPal acquired Braintree Payment Gateway for $800 million. And in 2014, Carl Icahn, if you're into stock market and investing and things like that, you've probably heard the name Carl Icahn, an activist investor, very well known, very wealthy individual right here. So yeah, he's an activist investor, invests a lot of money in companies, right? So yeah, and he carried out a massive public campaign demanding PayPal to split from eBay. And in 2015, PayPal was officially a public company again. So that split did happen. PayPal's market value climbed to $49 billion on its first official day trading as a public public company again, which far exceeded eBay's market value. And in July 2015, PayPal agrees to buy Zoom, a digital money transfer firm, for $890 million, which paves the way for the company to accelerate the handling of international payments. And in January 2016, Venmo, now a PayPal subsidiary, surpasses $1 billion in payments processed for a single month, its highest level ever. And in February 2017, it states that PayPal launched its first peer-to-peer payment system, thus establishing a solid footprint in the emerging P2P marketplace. And it states in early 2022, the market cap of PayPal was around $210 billion. It was also featured as #1 in this website's top 100 fintech companies that year. Now, PayPal's market value has definitely declined. The stock has been on decline. We'll just go over that real quick. Now, I'm not going to go into great detail about PayPal stock, but I'm going to show you how the value of the company has changed right there. So they state right here, just show you how things have changed. In early 2022, market cap of PayPal was around $210 billion. Now, currently, in August 2023, the market cap of PayPal is right around $68.10 billion. So yeah, this stock has definitely been on the decline right there. So market cap is basically the current share price times the outstanding shares right there. So as you see, the market cap from 2022, the stock price from 2022 has definitely gone down from where it's at in early 2022. I mean, even before that, it was way higher. It's gone down significantly since then. So yeah, the market cap of this company has definitely changed drastically. And, I'm not going to go into information or, analysis of the stock. But yeah, so PayPal stock has been on a decline. There's different reasons why. And like I said, I won't get into there's a bunch of videos on YouTube going on currently about the PayPal stock. But it is not like dying. It's not like saying it's just going bankrupt or something like that. But, people are still buying the stock for sure. Major institutional investors, individual investors. It's gone down to institutional somewhat. Right here you see a decline. But yeah, so there's a lot of, different things going on with currently there's no set CEO for the company. They're still working on having that set. Also, competitions from Apple Pay, people are saying, that's, eating into their picture. They have a lot of PayPal makes a ton of money. We're just going to jump over into the financials real quick. Okay. 27.52 billion in revenue in 2022. Before that, 25.3 billion. Before that, 21.4 billion. So yeah, it makes a lot of money. Nice gross profit. But yeah, so that's the history. So I won't go jump into the stock. I said I won't, but then I end up going into financials a little bit. We'll stop right there. So yeah, just want to go over some of the history of PayPal right there. But yeah, so that is it with the video on the PayPal savings account. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Take care.